Right, so let's move on and let's do our vocabulary. So as I said, we're going to look at collocations, mainly to do with success, failure, ambition, words like that. So, in the box, you've got 5 different nouns, and I'd like you to kind of collocate these nouns with some adjectives or verbs. So you've got the sentence. The film Star Wars was an overnight... There is only one noun that can collocate with that adjective, overnight. Does anyone know which one it is?
Success.
Success is correct. So you have an overnight success. You can't have an overnight failure or an overnight challenge. You can only have an overnight success, which is... Does anyone have a question?
Overnight here, it's something, which is the synonym here? Another synonym overnight, like...
would just be very quick.
Very quick,
very
okay.
fast, because it's like it happened in one day or overnight.
Okay.
So it's like you have a very quick success and it just kind of appears out of nowhere. Okay, I've got an overnight success. Okay. I have a burning to travel to Australia. Does anyone know?
Challenge.
I have a burning challenge. You cannot have a burning challenge, no. Anyone else?
I would say motivation.
Yeah.
It's actually ambition.
Ambition.
A burning ambition to do something, yeah. So you can't have a burning motivation or a burning failure, just a burning ambition. Okay. Which just means very, very strong ambition. Okay, so let's write these down here. So we've got an overnight success, a burning ambition. So things like this, these collocations, will really help you in reading and use of English, because often you get tested on collocations, particularly in use of English. They'll also help you in writing as well, because you need to show a wide range of vocabulary in your writing, so to avoid repeating yourself. Okay, we've got overnight success, burning ambition. Okay, when pupils tire of studying, a system of rewards can help increase students'
Motivation.
motivation. Yeah. So you can't have student challenge, you can't have student failure, it needs to be motivation. Okay. Next one. Sadly, my attempts to learn Japanese met with complete
Failure.
failure. Yeah, so you can't have a complete challenge, you can only have a complete failure. You could say an absolute failure, you can also say utter failure as well. And those collocate quite nicely with that. Now, oops. 1 second. You can have a complete, utter, absolute failure. Okay. And the last one that will leave you with challenge. So the government faces the formidable challenge of reducing unemployment. So formidable, very difficult, very, what's another word for formidable? Oh, the word's gone out of my head.
So formidable, it's a kind of negative.
Yeah, it's very big, it's very difficult,
okay.
maybe quite daunting. Yeah.
Because if I try to translate from English to Italian, no, in our language, formidable, there is a kind of similar word, but it's something positive, something big. But it's so this is Can be.
No, in English it would be in the negative sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Formidable giant. Okay. So those are a couple of collocations there. And then we're going to do a few more, but in a bit of a different way. So here you should have kind of like a drag and drop exercise. So you'll need to drag the correct collocations into the right. Sorry, let me just check. So you've got verbs on the left, and then you need to collocate with some kind of noun or noun phrase. Okay. So I'll give you guys like a minute, maybe two, to do that on your own first.
Okay.
And then we'll go through as a group after.
So can I do on
Yeah,
my
you can drag and
my
drop
desk?
it on there.
Okay.
And then I'll be able to see your answers as well.
Okay, thanks.
That word result in. I really
I
hate.
saw you put that on Instagram.
I really hate the result in.
Okay, Tommaso, all of yours are right so far.
I did it. Just try to find the way to confirm.
I can see it anyway. I can see what you put, and you're correct,
okay.
so it's fine.
No.
Okay. I'll give you
Sabina.
guys another minute.
I think I don't understand. Okay. I need to change in a verb, or I need to no. I think I didn't get the.
So you've got all the nouns on the left, and you need to put them with one of the verbs on the right. So you can click them and drag them into the correct place, but only one noun can go with one set of verbs. So for example,
but
the
I need
first
to.
one.
So I need to change or no? Sorry, I don't know why I didn't get. So I need to
yours.
keep the. For example, motivation is a noun.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to keep it.
So, for example, you've put fulfill a motivation or realize a motivation. You cannot fulfill a motivation or realize a motivation. So that needs to go somewhere else.
Okay, but I need to keep as a noun. I mean, of course.
Yeah, you don't have to change it. Yeah, just put the correct noun with the correct verb.
Yeah, but this is not correct. Yes.
Okay. Nadia, let's take a look at yours.
No, achieve a success can be okay. Fulfill, we just have a.
Okay.
No.
All right, I'll stop you there.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the correct answers with you. So hopefully you should be able to see the correct answers now. So you would fulfill or realize an ambition. You can achieve success or you can enjoy success.
Mm-hmm.
You would take up a challenge. Take up meaning to start or start something new. Or you can also rise to a challenge as well. Okay. Something ends in failure or results in failure. And you can improve your motivation or lack motivation. Those are your correct answers. Okay, so we've got a few more collocations there, and then if we skip on, I have a few more collocations. We've got all the collocations today, but this time you need to choose just from either A or B. So which noun collocates with the following adjectives? So you've got major, new, and daunting. Which noun can follow?
I would say challenge.
You can click there on
Ah.
the screen, either A or B, and I can see what your answer is. Okay, 1 second while the student is loading. Okay, Monica, have you clicked? Still waiting for your
I need to.
response.
Okay.
You can
Oh.
click, yeah.
Sorry. Today I'm a little bit. I need to, to wake up. Still to wake up.
Okay, so 2 of you put A and 1 of you put B. The correct answer is A. It's challenge. Okay, so you have a major challenge, a new challenge, or a daunting challenge. Okay. Okay, let's move on. I've got another one for you. Okay, which noun collocates with the following adjectives? Secret, lifelong, or main? Again, you can click whichever you think. Okay, Tommaso, you are correct. Ooh, we're all correct. Perfect. Ambition is correct. You have a lifelong ambition, something you've wanted to do for your entire life. Your main ambition might have a secret ambition as well, something you don't want to tell other people. Okay, next one. So now you have total, continued, or dismal. You have success or failure. This would all hinge on the word dismal, if you know what it means.
No, I don't know.
No.
Nadia, do you know the word dismal?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. So dismal means terrible or awful. So it has a very negative meaning.
Ah, okay.
Now,
So
it's
now everyone's
easier to get the
failure.
right
Yeah,
one.
okay.
To get the right one.
Dismal failure, a total failure, or a continued failure. You cannot use those words with success. You can't have a total success. You'd say it was an absolute success, but not a total success. Okay, so dismal, let's just write this down.
Sorry, but total.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a negative. Can I have a negative meaning combined with
No,
the
it's just
a
it
nega-
just collocates with
collocate? Yeah.
yeah, with failure, but not with success. So dismal is terrible or awful. You can use it to describe. Often we use it to describe the weather. If you have really bad weather, it's just dismal. Wouldn't really use it to describe a film or things like that. More like a situation. Oh yeah, a failure. Okay. So again, these words can help you if you don't want to repeat terrible, awful. You can use dismal instead.
Dismal.
Dismal, yeah, the mal,
Dismal.
rather than mal.
Mal.
It's dismal.
Dismal.
Okay. Right, and now we're going to practice. So let's see how many of those you remembered. I'm going to give you about a minute, 2 minutes, and I just want you to write down any of those collocations you can remember. So like a dismal failure, or a complete success, or any that you can remember. Just write them down, just to get them in your head a bit better. Give you a minute or so.
But here in the blank?
Yep, so you can write in the white bit,
Okay.
and
Okay,
then
okay.
hit post, and then you'll be able to see other people's posts.
Overbite. I misspelled.
Okay, overnight, yeah, don't worry. Daunting challenge, nice one there, Nadia. Main ambition. It was not a burning motivation, it was a burning ambition.
Ah, ambition.
A burning ambition to go to Australia or
What's
wherever.
ambition?
A feeling ambition. Complete failure. Utter failure. Overnight success. You remember more than I do. I can't remember half
Oh,
of
I
it.
completely lost. Yeah.
Formidable challenge. Good one. Yes.
Okay.
Ah, both of you, Nadia and Tommaso, got that one at the same time. Any more? Dismal weather. Yes, we can have dismal weather. Is the weather dismal in Dublin at the moment, Monica?
As usual, yes.
I do. Okay.
Here where I
Right.
am is pretty much overcast.
So a bit
It's
dismal as
about
well. You
rain.
could say.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got one more here from Nadia. An absolute failure. Okay. Right, so I've had a little kind of refresh of those. I'll be putting some flashcards on the portal for you later, and you'll be able to practice all of these collocations with some flashcards. So if you can't remember them or you didn't write them down, don't worry, you'll be able to see them later. Okay. Any questions or anything before we move on?
Yeah. About result in.
Tell
So
me.
means to cause. So
Something results
to make
in
something to happen.
Something results in something. Yeah, it causes something to happen.
So it's pretty much the same meaning of to bring about. Am I right?
Yeah, let's think of an example sentence.
The tornado results in the deaths of almost 70 people.
Okay. Yeah.
Resulted in the deaths.
Okay. Yeah, you can't really use bring about in that way. It brought. You can, but it sounds a bit odd. Yeah, you could use it as a synonym for cause. The tornado caused the death of 70 people.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is that alright?
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So not bring about.
Try to think of another sentence where you could use with bring about. My brain's gone blank. Can't think of a sentence with bring about. Let me check. Let's check the sentence. Making one mistake will not bring about the apocalypse. Okay, that's a nice sentence. I'll take that. So, making one mistake will not result in the apocalypse. That's okay. It makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Alright, so we'll continue. Hopefully Nadia's going to come back in a second. She disappeared there. We'll carry on anyway. Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to do some speaking, part 2. So, speaking part 2 is the one with your photos. So you get... here we are. Nadia's back.
Sorry, the weather is too bad, and the connections are a little bit...
Okay, don't worry. Can you still see the presentation?
No.
Okay. Right, so I'll put the link in the chat box again.
Thank
and you'll
you.
be able to access it. Okay, so speaking part 2, you have 1 minute to talk without being interrupted, so you'll speak continuously. And you need to compare 2 colour photos from a choice of 3. So you'll get given 3 and you have to choose 2 that you'd like to compare. And then you have a question above the photos that you need to answer in kind of regard to the photos. So, in this part, you need to first point out kind of a few similarities or differences between the photos, and then you move on and you go to the question and answer the question in terms of the photos. And then afterwards, the other students in your exam will have to answer a short question about your photo as well for about 30 seconds. The main thing here is make sure that you're not describing the photos. You are never asked to describe. The examiner can see the photos. They don't need you to tell them what's in the photos because they can see it too. They want to know more kind of your opinion about the question in terms of what you can see in the photos, or in terms of the situation that you can see in the photos. So never describe. Never say, I can see in the first photo, I can see this. Take that sentence out of your vocabulary altogether. You don't need it. And it's the worst thing you can do at C1. Okay. So that's your basic kind of rundown of speaking part 2. This is kind of what it will look like. So you'll be given 3 photos, and then you'll have your question above it. So we have compare 2 of the photos, say what challenges the people face and how they might be feeling. And then you have a photo of a woman giving birth, photo of possibly an exam, and another photo of maybe a job interview. The situations might not be absolutely clear, so again, you'll have to kind of do some guesswork maybe in the exam. But they're not really listening for content, they're listening for your grammar, they're listening for your vocabulary to see if you can use a wide range of grammar and vocabulary. So as long as you answer the question, you'll get a high mark for content, basically. Okay. Tommaso, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, sorry, I thought I heard something. Okay. So that's basically what it'll look like. Now, I said before, vocabulary is going to be your main pain at C1. It's going to be the main thing that kind of blocks you from getting that C1. So, you need lots of synonyms. So, if we look... sorry, let me just go back to the question. The question is how they might be feeling. So, you're going to need quite a few different synonyms to describe feelings here. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at some emotions or feelings. So we've got very happy, sad or crying, nervous or worried. And you've got a bunch of adjectives there or phrases that you can use. So you're very happy, you're delighted or elated, thrilled or overjoyed. You can use any of those in the same way as very happy. If you're sad or perhaps almost crying, you can say you're tearful, you're miserable, you're close to tears, or you're weepy. The tearful, close to tears, and weepy are when you're almost crying.
But weepy, sorry, is like a child that is screaming or something like that.
No, it's used to describe adults as well. It's just when you're either you've already been crying and you're still crying a little, or you're just very, very sad and when you make this noise.
Okay.
That's like a weepy sort of noise. So, yeah, that's weepy.
Okay.
Okay. And then we've got nervous and worried. So you could either say anxious, apprehensive. You're a bit tense.
Okay.
Or you are on edge. You'd say I am on edge or he is on edge. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about the vocab? Let me know.
No.
No? Okay.
On the edge of what? A nervous crisis?
On edge. Like as if one more thing will make you explode or will make you break down. You're literally just
Like on the verge
yeah, you're literally on the edge of
of something.
having a breakdown or something. Yeah. So if you're on edge, it's like, just don't talk to me because I might go crazy. Sort of thing. Okay. If you want, now would be a good idea if you have a phone next to you to take a photo of this so that you can keep it next to you while we're doing the speaking, and then you can try to use a bit of this vocabulary while we're doing some speaking practice. Okay. So we're going to have a little practice. Before we practice, actually, I haven't actually put this on a slide, but I'll just write it quickly if you don't already know how they mark your speaking. So you're always marked from 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. And they mark you on content, which is basically just, have you answered the question? Have you understood the question and have you answered it correctly? That's all. Okay. Okay. They mark you on structure, which is your speech logical? Does it kind of flow well? Are you using linking words and things like that? Yep. They mark you on language, which is just your vocabulary and grammar. And if you have a wide range of vocab, whether you repeat yourself or not using the same words again and again. Okay, so I've got content, structure, language. What am I missing? What am I missing? Content, structure, language? Pronunciation, excuse me. What am I missing? Okay. At C1, pronunciation, you could probably easily get a 4. I mean, it's only if you say a word and they have absolutely no idea what you've said that you will get a really low mark. Okay. But if generally your speech is intelligible and they can understand everything, you'll probably get a 4. Or at least a 3. So
Italian pronunciation is very strong, so I think they can get easily.
Again, as long as they can understand you, you should be okay. At C2 proficiency, that's when your pronunciation needs to be really, really good. But C1, they're not that concerned. So, not too bad. Okay. Sorry, that should say intelligible. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do, each of you are going to have a little practice at speaking part 2. Don't worry about the time. I'm not going to time you. I just want to hear you using these synonyms. We're going to focus on the vocabulary today rather than being timed and everything else. So don't worry about running out of time or having too much time. And basic structure, if you want one. Again, let me just write this down really quick. So, I mean, sometimes at C1 level, it's kind of a bit obvious if you try using a structure, but if you really want one, just to make it a bit more logical, just say kind of, both photos show... Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, then, Nadia. Both
Sorry.
photos show this. But one shows... Well, the other shows. So it asked you to give kind of similarities and differences. So you can give one very quick sentence at the start just to say, okay, both photos are showing a person doing whatever, but this photo is a bit different because it shows this person doing this. If you want, but you don't really have to do that. Then... 1 second, let me just copy and paste this onto our notes. Get rid of it. So, go straight to the first question with the first photo. And then compare with the second photo. So this is all about comparing and contrasting. Remember, you're not describing at all. Okay. And then second, go to your second question. And then again, just compare. So that's the very basic structure I would use. Again, you only have 1 minute. You don't have that much time. So you can only really say a few sentences and then you'll be out of time. So again, like I said, don't worry about time in this one because I'm not going to put a timer on. I'm just going to let you speak and try and practice those synonyms that you have there. Okay. Do I have any volunteers? Would anyone like to go first before I pick on one of you? Anyone at all? Nadia, am I enjoying the show that you're giving me here?
No, sorry. I'm trying to solve the problems, the camera problems.
I don't know
Sorry.
what's happening there.
But
Okay.
I do both. I listen to you and...
Okay, I can start, guys. Don't worry.
Okay. Right. Well, Nadia and Tommaso, while Monica's speaking, I want you to listen and then maybe try and give her a mark from 1 to 5.
Okay.
But listen more for the vocabulary because that's what we're focusing on at the moment. Okay. Okay. So Monica, which two would you prefer to compare?
I like to compare the picture number 2 and number 3.
Okay. Cool. You can start whenever you like.
Okay. In the picture number 2, she can be a student. She could feel anxious because she had to complete in time an exam. Whereas in the picture number 3, she can be a candidate. She can be thrilled because she is going to receive her first job offer. That's
Okay, and the challenges they might face? You've missed out the first question there. Say, what challenges do people face?
Okay,
when
sorry.
they-
I understood that this was the first one. Sorry, I was stopping with the first. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, sorry. In the picture number 2, the student, the challenge is to complete the texts in order to prepare the second exam. To complete the year in time, and the ladies, the junior lady, the challenge can be to start a new job as a junior without any experience.
Okay.
Sorry, I was not.
That's all right, don't worry.
I tried to say something.
Okay, let me just try to think of what was the last thing you said there. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't understand. I have to answer all the questions, just one. So
yeah, in the exam you have to answer both questions.
Yeah, no, just because now, just to start. Okay, no problem.
Don't worry. So you used a few of the feelings there. We had anxious and thrilled, so we were using the synonyms there. You had a linking word, whereas, and you also had some kind of nice vocabulary like candidate and junior. Things like that.
Yeah,
So
try to say something. Yeah,
C1 level.
I was ready.
The only thing I picked up on is that you were repeating the word can.
Yeah.
You say, oh, she can be a junior. The challenge can be that. And then you also repeated that for the second one. So, actually, let me close that. If you look here, it says how they might be feeling. So you can either repeat that if you want. They might be feeling. You can say she must be feeling.
Yeah,
like
but
in an exam.
I was trying to use a synonym for feeling, but I was no really. I said.
You could just replace it with one of the adjectives.
So
So
she
she
may
must be
be,
anxious,
she may,
or she might
yeah,
be
exactly.
thrilled, or
Yeah,
something like that.
maybe it's fine. Okay.
Okay, so remember your modals, what we call our modals of deduction, which are must be, might be, could be, and can't be, depending on how sure you are. If you're 100% sure, we use must be. 50-50, use might be, could be. And if you're 100% sure something has not happened, you use can't. Or is not happening, depending on whether you're in the kind of past or present. Okay. Tommaso, do you have any feedback from Monica? Were you listening? Is anything you
Oh,
picked
I
up on?
think she was amazing. I mean, let's say, I don't want to say she
Thank you very much. Hey
okay,
knows very well. I
she
tried
was
to
right.
go straight to the answer because my problem was to start to
Before,
describe.
yeah,
Yeah,
you would
so
talk until
I, no, I can see, because I'm very slow, and so this
No,
is could be my, my tip for everyone. Don't, because you say, that the first tip you gave us about, the sentence. I I would avoid to start with show, because I know myself. If I start to say in the
you'll
field,
kind of start
yeah,
waffling or
I
rambling.
think if I want to speak 1 minute,
Yeah, you need to be quite
it
concise with what you
yeah,
say.
I can't stay, explain many things. I need to go straight to the answer, otherwise.
Yeah, so to ramble or to waffle is to talk about
Yeah.
unimportant things, like continuously. Unimportant. Okay. Right, so Monica, you're done. Next, who'd like to go? Tommaso or Nadia? Who wants to go? Anyone?
Okay, I'll go first. I'll try.
Go,
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Well, you have oops, sorry. Let me skip that. You have one different photo here in the middle. So you've got two of the same that
Okay.
Monica had, and in the middle you have a disabled lady making dinner or lunch or something. Okay. So which two would you prefer to?
But just let me get this straight. Why the second part of the question is
No, it's okay. It was just a format thing. Don't worry about it.
okay. So the question are always what kind of challenge and how they might
How
be
they
feeling.
might be feeling. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the second one is what are she doing?
She's making lunch or dinner. She's cooking.
She's making lunch. Okay, she's
Yeah.
cooking basically.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm going to compare the first two pictures. So, and I would say that both are really impactful situation for the protagonist. The first one, I would say that being a mother entails a huge commitment and a lot of hard work. So at the same time, she might be feeling really amazed because of giving a birth. It's one of the most enjoyable moments that you can live over your life. The second one, instead, I would say that it's really challenging the life for that girl, because having those kind of health issues, make her life hard. Having said that, as far as I can see from the pictures, she doesn't seem to be giving up, because she's trying to cook. That's it.
Okay. Did you say how she might be feeling?
Oh, so maybe she's not feeling as bad as someone else can expect, but I think she can feel some good emotion.
Okay. All right. Well, your vocabulary was good, very good. You didn't use much of the vocabulary that we looked at before, but your vocabulary was really nice. So you had words like impactful, commitment, this entails something difficult. And you were also using kind of idiomatic expressions like having said that, as far as I can see, things like that. You also managed to get a phrasal verb in. You used give up. I only wrote down one mistake, which is an Italian mistake, which I get quite a lot, which is the word instead. So, with instead, so you said you
Instead of.
compared the first photo and then you said the second one instead. I would say that blah blah blah. Okay, you can't use instead in this way as a kind of contrasting linker. You'd need something like however.
Yeah.
Second one, however. Or something like that. Okay. So be wary of instead. Can use it that way in Italian, but you can't in English. Okay. Does anyone have any feedback for Tomas?
Very good, but I think very long. I mean, we are now considering the time, but
Yeah. We're not, yeah. I let him go on. I would have
yeah,
stopped him
but
at
it
1 minute.
can
But
be up. I don't know actually if during the exam, if they are.
oh no, they cut you. They stop you. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe just
They'll wait
one-
until you finish a sentence, but they will stop you.
okay,
So
so
you
just
might go
this.
like 10
But,
seconds over
I
or
mean-
something. But it's fine. Yeah. I said don't worry about the time. So
Yeah, so it's fine.
okay. Right. And Nadia, you're the last one.
Okay.
So, would you prefer this one or the other one with the exam?
As you like. Okay, maybe this one with the exam.
Okay. And
Okay.
which two would you prefer to compare?
Let's say, well, the second and the third are done, and so I try to do the first and the third.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So you can start whenever you like.
Okay. In these pictures, I can see very different.
Stop. So I said, remember, don't describe. Take that sentence straight out of your vocabulary. In these pictures, I can see. No, that's for B2 level, but for C1 level, just go straight to the questions. So you can say, okay, maybe in this picture she might be feeling this because. Okay. You can start again.
Start again. The challenges in these pictures are very different. The first picture shows a pregnant woman. Maybe she had some difficulties to reach to have a baby, and now she's there. While in the third is the same big challenge, but she's trying to have the job of her dreams. The feelings too are pretty different, because the mother seems to be very happy, delighted, thrilled maybe from the emotion she just passed through. On the other hand, the girls has a totally opposite feeling. She could be anxious and scared and um, maybe a little bit emotions from the context that she is living.
Okay. Nice. Right. So again, I noticed you were trying to use the synonyms we were looking at. So you managed to use delighted, thrilled, and happy all in one. We also had. You were using linking expressions very well. So you were saying on the other hand, whereas, although. So your speech was quite structured and logical. You had the job of her dreams, which was a nice kind of idiom there. You said the word different maybe 4 or 5
Twice.
times, so you need to find a synonym for that. You could say varied. So you need to find a few different synonyms. And pass through. So you said the emotion that she passed through. We tend to say go through with an emotion.
Hailey, I need
Yeah.
the code again.
Ah, okay. It's a bit strange, but okay. So yeah, you would go through an emotion rather than pass through an emotion. But that's the only kind of errors that I wrote down for you. Okay. The code's in the chat box there, Tommaso. Does anyone have any feedback for Nadia?
That was good. And yeah, I
Any
think
vocabulary?
just some repetition, but of course.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. And again, I said take as long as you want, so it's fine with the time. It's okay. You didn't have to go through super speedy. But if that was the first time you've done it, that was a really good attempt. Just be careful that you're not tempted to describe.
Okay.
Because you started really well. You said, oh, the challenges here are really different because I can see. And then you went to start describing again, and I was like, no. But then you changed it a little, and you didn't describe, which is good. But the main problem with this is people are tempted to describe the photos. So, but very nice. So we didn't quite have time to do our reading. So let me just flick on to our homework. So, on the portal, I'm going to leave some vocabulary flashcards. There will be a reading exercise, but we're also going to do reading on Thursday because we didn't get round to it today. So if you want, you don't have to do that tonight. You can leave it for Thursday. And there's also a speaking task on there with Flipgrid. If you've not used Flipgrid before, the link is on the portal in your notes. Just click it, log in with your email, because I've added you to our class. And on there will be a task with a photo, and you'll just have to do speaking part 2 with these photos. And there'll be a button that says record your response. And you can either record a video or you can record an audio of yourself speaking. That will be uploaded to me, and then I can give you some feedback on your speaking.